YouTube faithful, what's going on? We had no video yesterday because there was no NBA, no NFL, no MLB, no nothing. I thought about getting an NBA or an early NBA or early NFL video out, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take the day off, play Call of Duty, have a good time, sweat the election, and whatever else. What I'm going to do today is there's 12 NBA games. I'm going to give you guys 3 to 4 of my favorite plays. Most of them are going to be alternate lines because I want to get back to the basics. Building daily doubles. It should be Taco Wednesday, believe it or not, because we didn't get any tacos yesterday. They say it was a glitch, but honestly, let's keep it a buck. It was by design. They know there was going to be no action yesterday, so they waited till today to release the tacos if they even come out. Let's find some gobby pairs and get our 2X and call it a day. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to discuss the NBA plays. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave your boy a comment if you will. I love to see it. So, one of the first things that I'm going to talk about is Tyrese Maxey, okay? If we go look at this game, it is the de facto late night hammer, baby. 1.5 point spread. It's the late night primetime game. Over under 214. There's going to be maybe a revenge narrative for James Harden. Who knows? Maybe something there with good old Paul George. We just don't know. I don't really give too much of those things unless it's like a birthday or something. I really don't care too much about that type of a narrative, but it is a close spread. I recommend you check the spreads for all the games, all the point totals. You want to get a good idea of where there's going to be action, where it's not going to be blowouts. Don't try to predict blowouts in the NBA because that's a fool's errand, but you can use it as a guide. So what I did want to talk about was his field goal attempts by Tyrese Maxey. They finally added field goal attempts into the mix. Here's the thing. Minutes equals money. Tyrese Maxey, the man just eats minutes regardless of the score. 40 minutes here, 37 here, 40, 47, 40, 39. He's played at least 38 minutes in every game except for one, okay? And he's capping out at 40. So let's just say he plays 39. Look at his field goal attempts. 22, 19, 25, 32, 23 on average, and 31 over here. On average, he's going to shoot a lot. Now, with other people coming back into their team, maybe not so much, but again, I still think he's going to be chucking shots. He's primarily been a scorer. I think this is a good play. I'm not in love with the matchup by any means, but again, he's just playing too many minutes. So if you guys think, I don't like it, it's going to be risky. Yeah, it's going to be risky, but the guy's going to play 40 minutes. We know he chucks. If you want to maybe take his 3 points attempted or something like that, if you can find that, you could. But for me, more 21.5 field goal attempts. I just have to have some exposure to it. I feel like it's hitting more often than it's not hitting. And if you do look at his last 20, regardless of who's on the court, he's 11 of 20. Now, granted, this is a new team. And if you look at the head-to-heads, he hasn't got there. But this was last season. Different teams, different situations. It's early in this season. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot on it. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do is run over to DG Fantasy, and I mean run, Forrest, run, Brees, run. That's for first goal. Benedict Mathurin, 23.5 PRA. He's 55% to go over. That still leaves 45% of the time where he chalks, but you can see he's 24.5 on Pinnacle and every other book. You know it's going to bump up. It's probably already bumped by the time I go back to PrizePicks, but this is the importance of having a tool. You can constantly refresh it on your phone, on your app, whatever, and you can get in the mix. You can see another one here. Austin Reeves, less 2.5 3-pointers made, minus 145. Now, that would be a very good play. Whenever you see market data, minus 145 on Pinnacle and then in additional books, you want to target it on PrizePicks because of their fixed payout structure. I already know it's already been removed, however, unfortunately, so it's now a goblin and a demon. So there's nothing we could do about that. You can see Brandon Ingram at 5 is popping. Missy Moore, 6 points is popping. He's 5.5 everywhere else. There is a little bit of value there. Jalen Suggs, who came out of the gate swinging early on in the season, 37.5 fantasy score. The Magic have now come back to reality without their main man, the myth, the legend, Banchero. He's out of the mix, so maybe you could take less there. And then Buddy Hield, 14.5 points more. He's 15.5 everywhere else. You know it's going to move up. For that reason, you got to lock in the point of value while you can. Has nothing to do with the matchup, has nothing to do with anything like that. And all it has to do with is this. He's 15.5 on every other book. You know, bang, he's moving up. You know the books are surgical. They don't miss, which means if you can lock in a full point of value ahead of the game, you gots to do it. Whether you like the matchup or not, you gots to do it. I think you could do this as a 2-piece McNugget right here. And that is why having that tool is so important, my man. It's very important. Now, another late bloomer, a guy that's been doing it all this season, Grady Dick, playing the Kings. It's a solid matchup. Do I want him at 20.5 points? Well, that's a good question. He's been covering that, but no, comment guy, I don't want to go there. What I do want is his Gabby at 14.5. Now, that's a heavy juiced Gabby because his normal line is 20.5. I actually got him at 19.5, but because they moved it to 20.5, it forces me to the Gabby. Now, as you can see, if you put these three in, the payout is abysmal, even at that. So what you could do is you could take one of these. Let's just say you took Buddy Hield and get you your double up there, or whatever the taco is, pair it with Grady Dick. He chucks threes. That's what he does. You know he's going to shoot, so I don't mind this one bit. Just go look at his field goal attempted. 20, 17, 26, 17. Bro just is there to chuck shots. And if he's going to be shooting 20 times and I can get the line at 14.5, put it in the veins because it's going in the mix. I'll be all over it like fly on stink, and I don't care. If he sells, he sells. I love it. I love it at all, and I'm going to pair it with my tacos too because Grady Dick, he's hitting. And while we have a moment, let's go check out my boy Buddy Hield. Can we want to talk about a career resurgence with Buddy Hield? Look, they're already showing the line at 15.5, so you want to get in this quick. Hopefully it's not bumped by the time this is live, baby. They're 13th in points allowed, but look at the ceiling. 20, 27, 21, 28. The sell job when everybody was on him. 27, 22, and 20. He's got too big of a ceiling, folks. He's just got too big of a ceiling. He's shooting 14 times. They're all three-pointers mainly. And check out the minutes. 27, 32, 29, 28, 27. If old Buddy plays 28 minutes, he's getting 15 points. That's all there is to it. So lock it in before it gets bumped up because that's pretty good value, my friend, my brothers and sisters in Christ. So those are the three that I wanted to talk about right out of the gate. And then let's see if there's anything else that I could give to the YouTube faithful. There is going to be a live stream today over in my Discord at 5:15 Central Time, the Lord's time zone. We're going to be doing a live stream over there. Last time we had 200 people. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing. We're going to do a community slip, and it's hitting. We're doing a community slip. We've been going 4 or 5 religiously. We're going to go back in the mix, and hopefully it hits. Now, if you want to ride the wagon of RJ Barrett, fantasy score at 39, I think it's crispy. Why? Because he's in a pace-up spot. I think it's okay. He has a sick usage rate. I would love his assist at 5.5, but you can see they priced it at 6, so I'm off of it. I think his fantasy score, but again, I chose Grady Dick out of that matchup, but I think any of those Toronto guys, they're just playing such big minutes, they can be in the mix. Even Jakob Poeltl, 14.5 points, minus 122. You want to talk about a wagon? He's been a wagon. He sold everybody a couple days ago, right? We went right back to him. Where was it? Let me find old Jakob Poeltl. Come on, buddy. I need you like air. What the heck's going on here? They're selling me right now. All right, there he is. We had him against the Kings over here the last time they played. What happened? He fouled out. The game went into overtime. There was 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in regulation. He fouled out, and then I went right back to him against a worse matchup, the Denver Nuggets, and he cooked. He dropped 24 because that is how it is. If they sell one time, don't be afraid to go right back to him. Now, hopefully he keeps his hands to himself. They just played and he fouled out. That's a risk you're going to take, which is, again, why I went with the Dick Gabby. But you can literally take 14.5 points for Poeltl again. He's been a little wagon, and I wouldn't begrudge you a bit, comment guy. Same thing with Barrett's fantasy score. All these Toronto guys are just getting big minutes, so I really don't mind if you play all of them. I wouldn't play them all in the same lineup, okay? So that means don't take Jakob, Dick, and Barrett in the same lineup unless you're doing a full game stack and you run it back with Fox, Sabonis, and Kevin Huerter or something like that. But I'm just giving you guys examples. Either of these three gentlemen are in the mix. Don't play them together. Dick would be the staple for your 2x Goblin double ups, and then Poeltl and Barrett, they're also in the mix as well. Now, there is a ton of good games on this slate today. These guys are going to be rested up. If you didn't know, yesterday was election day, and real quick, I'm not going to go into deep on that. I don't care who you voted for or what your policies are or what your politics are, but I will say this, folks, whether you like the outcome or not, you're going to be fine. Don't buy into the nonsense, fear-mongering mongering that your life is going to change and be over because an election didn't go your way, that's total nonsense. You're going to be fine. In another 4 years, there's going to be another election, just like there's always been. Don't lose friends over politics. That's stupidity. Just don't. You can respect somebody and have a different point of view than them. And if they start to get emotional and start to get irrational, then just try to calm them down. And if they can't, you see they're too far gone, then just disengage the conversation and just don't talk to them about it. Because some people are just set in their ways, and that's how it's going to be. But I don't think you should lose friendships over any politics or elections. That's just absolutely stupid, okay? I have friends on both sides. There's people in the court on both sides, and that's all I got to say about that. I will say this though, there's a lot of cope going around, and I'm telling you what, as a Bucks fan, I can relate. I can appreciate it. And it'll pass, y'all. I could say that confidently as a Bucks fan, a Pirates fan. The cope will pass. So just take a breath. Now, is there anything else we can pick out on this dumpster? Well, there is, actually. I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck. Any of these Knicks, if you could figure out which one of these Knicks is hitting tonight, one of them's probably hitting. Why? Because the Atlanta Hawks are just next level poverty, bro. They just gave up the ghost. I don't know what it is. They just are poverty. They don't even try, it seems. They don't play good D. And then I also think Ja Morant's interesting. His points, they moved it from 23.5 to 24. The other day I was on his rebounds plus assist and he hooked it. I think you could maybe go right back to it. I'm not 100% sure yet. My only problem with Ja Morant, folks, is that they're gatekeeping him. They don't play him enough minutes to justify me being on him right now. Pause? No pause. We're talking about basketball. But I think maybe he's a shish gabby. At 7.5 could be fine because he just gets so many potential assists. The man gets like 17 to 18 potential assists per game. But again, he only plays like 30 to 31 minutes. And for that reason, he's out of the mix. So, I hope you learned something on this video. We will be back in full swing with the normal routine of videos, NBA videos every day. Tomorrow, there will be an NFL showdown with NBA sprinkled in as well video. The live stream today is at 5:15. We're going to be crushing the lineups with the community slip. I can't wait. And if you'd like to get in the mix on that and join the Discord, you just go to CaptainCrush.net and it's right there, your gold package. A lot of new members are in the mix. 3.2K subs trending. You got to get in the mix. I appreciate you guys that do join. The live streams are hitting. We have a good time. You'll get access to all my projection sheets that look just like this. This was football. We had Kate Otten. We had Baker Mayfield. We had Mahomes. We had it all. All those will be in there. I also post them for NBA. That look just like this. So for Jason Tatum, he's at 29 points. His line is 30. You could take less on him, just like that. Real simple, easy stuff. We got a good community going. I appreciate you guys that are in the mix. Y'all make me proud. Keep it going. Let's crush this thing. I appreciate you tuning in. Please smash that like button. Do the Lord's work. If not for me, do it for my wife. She's begging you to smash the like button. Leave your boy a comment and make sure you subscribe. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.